Okay? And the epiphany that I had is that we are having the same story is being told to us over and over again by the apex predators. Okay? Let me close out Discord. It's the same story. Okay, here's the story. So, if you didn't know, right now I am in film school. Right? I'm in film school and I'm learning. The reason that I'm in is so that I can master my storytelling abilities. Okay? So that I can present to you guys a better product. So I'm learning from the very, very best so that I can present to you guys the best possible product so that I can help as many of you guys out. Okay? Now, this week, we were learning about the storytelling arc. We were learning about the storytelling arc, okay? And they were showing us different diagrams of this and all of the different acts. You have Act 1, Act 2, Act 3, right? You have all these different acts. And the thing that I realized that just smacked me right in the face is this is Wyckoff. It's literally the same thing. All of the elements that make up a good story, and what the teacher explained is like these elements are in 99.99% of all of your favorite books or movies. And it's like all of these elements that are in your favorite movies, your favorite stories, are also in Wyckoff. And not only are they in it, but it's literally the same graph. For instance, let's look at this one right here. Excuse me. This one right here on the right, the green one. What does this look like? This looks exactly like the psychology of investing, the psychology of the market. And then that's when it just dawned on me, like a ton of bricks, that this is how the market is working. It's just a story that the apex predator is immersing you in. Just like your favorite book or your favorite movie is going to have you immersed in the story, the apex predator has you immersed in the markets. Okay? You are immersed in the markets. But the biggest problem with that, though, is most people, when investing in cryptocurrency, they start the movie at the buying climax. So they start the movie at the absolute climax. In The Wizard of Oz, when Dorothy is snapping her feet together and saying, "There's no place like home. There's no place like home. There's no place like home." That's when a lot of people show up into the cryptocurrency market. They show up at the absolute buying climax. When Elon Musk goes on SNL, that's when a lot of people get invested into cryptocurrency. But what I hope to do to you, or hope to do for you today, is reveal the script that the apex predator has you immersed in. And the script is this. It is Wyckoff accumulation, Wyckoff distribution. But instead of starting the movie at the buying climax. So a lot of people, what they do is they start the movie when Dorothy's snapping her feet together. There's no place like home, right? And they say, this movie sucks because you just go down into a bear market after that. It's like, this movie sucks. It's a scam. Okay? Now, what I've done for you guys is I've outlined all of the major events that have happened. And furthermore, I've also put them in a way, I forgot one, where I'm literally pointing at when the event happened. So what we have up here is Elon went on Saturday Night Live, the absolute buying climax of the market, right? Most people started the movie then. And then, but instead of the movie being over, the Apex Predator just starts the movie over. It's just a different movie that just keeps rolling right into the next one. Whereas when we watch a movie, when we watch a movie, bro, get out of here. When we watch the movie, when we get to the climax of the movie, and then we wrap it up, the movie's over. But that's not how the Apex Predator works. You are constantly, just like a good movie, you're immersed in the story. You're immersed in a way where you can feel what the main character is feeling, right? The Apex Predator does the same thing. But the story just continues. It's like a new movie starts and you don't even realize it. It's like a 4-year cycle started and you haven't even realized it. Okay? So most people started this movie when Elon Musk went on Saturday Night Live. I've seen, I don't know how many people say, I bought Dogecoin and then it was up, but I didn't sell. Like, I've heard that story 1,000 different times. Everybody has that story. I know 20 people personally that have told me that story, right? And then in storytelling, you call the selling climax, you call it the belly of the beast. It's like the absolute bit of despair, right? In Star Wars, when Han Solo is in the trash and the walls are caving in and it doesn't seem like it can get any worse. That is the selling climax. And I've outlined every single bottom and what big bad boogeyman, it can't seem to get worse event happened. So at the absolute top, Elon Musk goes on SNL. Then we have Luna went to absolute zero right here. We have FTX went to absolute zero right here. Everyone thinks it's going lower. Everyone has, you're in the belly of the beast. It cannot get any worse from here. It cannot get any worse from here. Right? And then SVF went to zero. You're starting to make it out of the woods. Right? That's the end of Act 1. The war in Israel. You get your sign of strength. Bitcoin ETF was approved at the top here. The big bag boogeyman of Germany and Mount Gox. I put Mount Fox. Whoopsies. Mount Gox. The big bag boogeyman of Germany and Mount Gox. It's going lower because they have 1% of the supply, bro. Trust me. They have 1%. That equals 99% if it were opposite day. And we're going to keep going lower. It's going to go to 30K. It's going to 15K. Going to 10K. But what the Apex Predator does, just like a good movie, is he has you immersed in the story. And it's so counterintuitive, but every single bottom will feel scary. You will feel maximum pain. You will feel the pit of despair. You will feel the belly of the beast. It cannot possibly get any worse. But that, ladies and gentlemen, is the absolute best time that you can buy. And the reverse is true. The worst time to buy and the best time to sell is when all of the best narratives are coming out. But what do you mean? And by the way, this is about to happen. This is about to be the phase that we're going into now. We're about to go into the phase of euphoria. We're about to go into the phase of hope. I'll show you where we're at, where we were just at, and where we're going. And where the story is going to lead us. Our characters are about to go on a journey. Where is my freaking... Here we go. We're somewhere in optimism. We had a pretty nasty pullback. We're somewhere in optimism. We're about to go into belief, and then it's going to be thrill, and then it's going to be euphoria. And at euphoria, I'm telling you right now, I'm promising you, I'm guaranteeing you, all of the best development you've ever heard in the world is going to happen here. All of the Bitcoin is going to the literal moon, and they're building a spaceship, and they're going to, Tesla is making a spaceship, and he's taking a Bitcoin with a ledger to the literal moon. Or the government is getting backed by Bitcoin. I don't care. The news is irrelevant. Look at this. The narratives are irrelevant. Every single time it's scary and it's horrible, it's the bottom. Every time it's awesome, it's the top. Every time. It will never be any different. ETH will go live on the 22nd. What's up, everyone? All right, so that's my spiel. That's my big epiphany, that the Apex Predators have us immersed in this story. And to get out of this story, unless you want to be unless you want to go on a roller coaster, and that's fine. But if you want to actually profit and you actually want to make money, you need to know what the script is. You need to read the script and know how the story ends, and understand the structure of the story. And the structure of the story, ladies and gentlemen, is this. It's the psychology of investing. It's the psychology of the market. Study this, learn this. And also, by the way, look at this. What do you guys see here? Accumulation, which also is the second part of the story. Wyckoff accumulation. This literally, by the way, is the same. We need to put these next to each other. Look at all this anger, despair, depression. What does that look like to you guys? What does that look like to you guys? Let's zoom in a little bit. What does all this look like? Accumulation. What does all of this look like? At thrill, euphoria. What does all that look like? Distribution. Bitcoin to 66K. That's right, guys.